Hello, welcome to my channel Hustle and Slow, where I talk all about entrepreneurship for regular people. My name is Eileen, and today I'm going to talk about all the different ways that you can make money in 2020. So most of the ways that you can make money that I'm going to cover cost little to no money to start up, and obviously you don't need to do all of these, but these are really great ideas if you want to just start making an extra income from home. Now obviously the first one I'm going to talk about is reselling. That is what my channel is mostly about, but I am trying to branch out this year and talk about other ways to make money because there are so many ways to make money, especially with phones and internet and all the different ways that we can communicate with people these days. So I do want to branch out and talk about a lot of different ways to make money. I personally make money in more ways than just reselling, so I thought that I should start to cover those as well. So reselling is a great way to make money. I think it's one of the more accessible ways to make money. There are a lot of things like blogging and YouTubing and stuff like that. I think that reselling just feels a lot more accessible to a lot of people. They have a tangible item that they know that people want and they can sell that to them. So whether you're going to thrift stores or yard sales or helping other people clean out their garage and selling stuff for them on consignment, there are so many different ways to make money reselling. Some of the places that you can sell that are my favorite are eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. You can sell vintage items or handmade items on Etsy. You can also sell on Amazon, which is a whole different story, but there are so many different ways to resell. My channel has so many videos on that, so I will link to a few of them down below. And I also have a course called the Reseller Roadmap that is a beginner's course for reselling. It teaches you how to sell on eBay and Poshmark, and it shows you how to start from basically nothing to making a consistent income online. If you want to check that out, I will link to that down below as well. The next thing you can do is start a blog. I have been a blogger since 2009, so it's been over 10 years for me. And it's only recently that I've really started making money with my blog through affiliate sales and through selling my course, which I just talked about. But you can also make money through things like sponsorship and ads. There are so many different ways that you can make money blogging. Blogging does take a little bit of time to gain some traction, but if you like writing and if you have a topic that you're passionate about, it might be a good idea to try starting a blog. You could rent out a part of your house if you have an extra room or maybe a guest house or something like that. You can either rent it full-time to a roommate, or you can rent it out on somewhere like Airbnb, and you can make a good amount of money doing this. We actually used to rent out a room at a previous house that we had, and that room covered like a third of our mortgage. So it really saved us a lot of money, and it wasn't too bad having a roommate. Just make sure you pick a good one. The great thing about websites like Airbnb is you don't have a full-time roommate the way we did, and you can make even more money than if you're renting it out full-time. Now this next one is what I like to call one of the original side hustles, which is babysitting or house sitting. So I'm a mom now, and I understand how hard it is to find a good babysitter. So if you are good with kids and you're a responsible person, you can make a good amount of money babysitting. I recently looked for a babysitter, and maybe it's because I live in Southern California, but I was quoted $20 an hour for a teenager to come and babysit my children. So you can make good money babysitting if you are good with kids and parents can trust you. Alternatively, if you are a stay-at-home mom like myself, you can also start a home daycare. There are obviously some licensing laws and rules that you need to go by, but if you're already home with your children all day, this is a great way to make extra money and also have built-in playmates for your kids. Pet sitting is very similar, but maybe better if you don't love kids. You can use an app like Rover or go to rover.com to find clients that way. They do put you through a background check and all of that to make it a little bit more safe. So that's a great way to do it, and you can also just do it through word of mouth, which is what I did because I was pet sitting before apps existed. Similar to pet sitting, you can house sit, which is basically whether they have pets or not, you stay at their house or you just check in on their house. It's the same kind of idea. Someone goes out of town, they need someone to check in, bring in the newspaper, water the plants, and if there are pets, check in on the pets. So you can do that as well. I loved house sitting because I could stay at someone else's house, and it was usually a pretty nice house, and I was getting paid to do it. So it was like a vacation. One really popular way to make money is to be a virtual assistant. There are so many different types of virtual assistants out there. I'm sure you have some sort of skill that you can market as a virtual assistant, whether it's admin, office stuff, whether it's design work or writing or editing videos for YouTubers. There are a lot of really great resources out there. One of the websites that I know of is called The Virtual Savvy, and I've checked that out before, and there are also a lot of really great groups where you can find advice and even job boards on Facebook. Graphic design is a great way to make extra money. Not everybody wants to or is good at doing graphic design. I was a self-taught graphic designer for years. I did graphic design and blog design for, I think it was 3 years working from home before I had my son, and it was a great way to make money. If you don't have a degree in design, you can also check out websites like Skillshare or lynda.com to gain that skill set. If you've never checked out the website Fiverr, you should go ahead and check it out. It's fiverr.com. There is a lot of different stuff you can do on there. There are a lot of great ideas of services and products that you can offer on there, from freelance writing to graphic design to voiceovers or videos. Some people sell greeting cards or art. There are so many different things that you can do on there. I love just browsing through there. They used to have it so you would only charge $5 for your service, but they've changed that since then, and you can charge what you're worth. If you check out the description box below, I'll link to Fiverr so you can check it out. Social media management is huge right now. Companies and individual businesses are hiring social media managers to manage all their social media accounts. If you know Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of those, then you could make extra money managing a business's social media platforms. If you are really academic, you could do tutoring. You could help kids of any age, depending on what your skill set is, improve their grades or understand the concepts better. If you're super book smart, you could definitely make a lot of money tutoring kids and even adults in whatever subject it is that you're good at. Similarly, you could teach a skill if you know how to play an instrument or if you know how to paint. You could use your skills to teach others that skill and charge to do that as well. If you're super crafty, you can start a handmade business. You could start an Etsy account, or you could just sell for yourself. I have a friend who sews really cool stuff and she just sells it on Facebook under her own page, and she makes a side income doing that. So if you're crafty, you know how to sew, or maybe you know how to do art or crochet or anything like that, consider starting a handmade business. If you have a green thumb, you can start a garden and sell some of your produce. If you already have some sort of a vegetable garden or an orchard, maybe you could double the size of your garden and sell off the extra. I'm always looking for locally grown produce, and I know a lot of people are as well. I actually have chickens, and when we used to have extra eggs, I would post them in a local Facebook group, and they would sell that day. People are always looking for good quality, locally grown produce and stuff like eggs. So if you have that skill set, then you can use that to your advantage as well. You can also have yard sales. There are people that literally just have yard sales several times a year and make a ton of money doing that. You can sell your own stuff, obviously, but you can also sell other people's stuff. You can sell stuff that you've thrifted to sell at a yard sale, which may or may not work because yard sales are generally pretty cheap. But if you know someone that's cleaning up their garage and needs a little bit of help, or you can even start an organization business where you help people organize their stuff, and a lot of people will give you the stuff that they don't want anymore, and you can sell that at a yard sale. My biggest tip for yard sales is to post it online and do gigantic arrow signs. It drives me crazy when I'm trying to go to yard sales and I can't read the sign and figure out where the house is. Just do giant arrows and point people in the right direction. You could also deliver food via apps. Two that I know of are Uber Eats and Postmates, where you go and pick up food from restaurants and deliver them to people who ordered them. I would guess that this would be a really good nighttime or weekend side hustle because a lot of people are ordering takeout. If you have a degree and you're interested in teaching kids English, I've heard of the website VIP Kid. I will link to it down below. You can teach kids how to speak English through that program, and I've heard of many people who make a couple $1,000s a month doing that. If you have an extra car or a car that you don't use that often, you could rent it out. I believe there are a couple different services, but the one that I've heard of is Turo. According to their calculator, I could make an extra $28 a day for my Prius. Their calculator estimates that I would have it rented out 15 days a month, which would give me $432 each month, which is more than my car payment, so that would more than cover my car payment. So if you have a car that you're not using that often, or if you have an extra car, that's definitely something to consider. Amazon merch is where you upload designs and they put them on products and you can sell them through Amazon. So that's a great way to make extra money if you're good at design and you have fun making new designs. If you're good at writing, you could write ebooks and you can sell them on Amazon or even on your own website. You could even combine this with blogging. If you're a blogger and you have ebooks available, you could sell them on your website yourself. But there are a lot of different ways to sell different ebooks, and if you're good at writing, that's a great option. Digital products like printables is also a good idea. I have printables and digital downloads that I have on my website that I make a small income from every month. You can also do digital designs where people can print them out and you can sell them on places like Etsy if you don't have that traffic yourself. That way you don't have to build up a website or a blog yourself. You can just sell them directly on a website like Etsy. As you can see, there are so many different ways to make an extra income from home. There are so many that I didn't even cover. I could literally just keep talking for hours and hours about all the different ways that you can make money, but I did want to cover some of the ways that I've either done myself or I know people have done. I wanted to cover those methods for you in this video today. Hopefully you found this helpful. My biggest tip is to pick one that speaks to you and give it a try. Be consistent for a while and see what happens. If one doesn't work out, you can always try another. If you are struggling, or if you just want that extra money to save up for a trip or to pad your savings, it's really easy to make an extra income from home. There are so many different ways to do it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you love this video and that it is a good video and they should show it to other people. And go ahead and comment down below with your favorite method that I covered today. And if you like videos like this where I talk about entrepreneurship and making money for regular people, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Bye.